guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my MLB Power Rankings Week 25. This week we are only ranking the teams that are still in contention, so it will be a shorter video than normal. But hit that subscribe button, gets to 200 subscribers, where I will be doing that autographed item giveaway. And let's get into it here. At 17, we got the Twins falling back one spot. Pretty much they're about to be eliminated here. Probably tonight. I'm recording this on Tuesday, but it's everything with Monday records and whatnot. Disappointment. This team was in first place. Really had it going in May, June, but really just fell off late. And big question mark for them in the offseason is Correa. Will he stay or will he opt out of his contract? 16, we got the White Sox, another disappointment. This team was on a crash course for, contending for that division late against these, Guardians here. This 3 games they got this week, but they're on a 6-game losing streak. Guardians already clinched the division, and the Sox are now just playing to play spoiler, but they don't have anyone left to play spoiler to. 15, we got the Giants, and they are, picking things up here. They're moving up a lot. They've won their last 6 plus 7, but, the only thing they got going for them is they can spoil San Diego season. They play them next week in the last series of the year. So if they sweep them there, they could possibly get the Brewers in the playoffs. And, they're just looking to go 500 here or better with this week. 14, staying put, we get the Orioles. And this team's 4 games back for a wild card spot from Seattle. And I'm really rooting for this O's team to sneak in there. But, I also want Seattle in there. So it's just tough to see one of these teams get out. But the last 10 games, it's make it or break it here. They got 4 at Boston, 3 at New York, and I think 3 versus Toronto, who holds that first wild card spot. So this team, if they want to get in, they got to at least go, I think, 8-2. 13, we got the Brewers. They're 1.5 games back from the Padres. They're 11-6 in their last 17, and this team is hanging on. They need some good things to go their way. They got 2 versus the Cardinals, which will be tough, but if they can get at least 3 against the Diamondbacks, this team, could squeak into the playoffs. Dropping out of the top 10, we got the Mariners at 12. I'm just, liking this team. I don't like their chances in the postseason, though. And that's just in part to, this team's kind of struggling as of late. They do hold that last wild card by 4 games. They have a fairly easy schedule to close. So, if they just go, I think, play 500 baseball, this team can make playoffs. 11, we got the Phillies. They're 3-7 in their last 10, and they're still moving up here. But I just like it because it just feels right that the Phillies are around this spot, almost in the playoffs, but officially. They have that 1.5 game lead on Milwaukee, I believe. And if it's still correct, I don't know if they played or not last night. But the pitching is going to be the key if this team really wants to make the playoffs. Starting off our top 10, we got the Rays falling, and they had a tough week last week, going 2-5. They do have a 4.5 game lead on Baltimore for the wild card spot. I believe they have the second spot right now. But the pitching, they've been really good in carrying this team to where they are now. But the bats is the big question mark, as they have 3 in Cleveland and 3 in Houston, which really could, shake up the standings a little bit if this team only wins 2 games. 9, we have the Padres, and they're 7-2 in their last 9. Obviously those additions have been great since the deadline besides Hader, and they have that 3-game lead on the last wild card spot for, a while right now on Milwaukee. So it is Philly that is, in the last spot. They have 6 games this week, 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the White Sox. And if they can really, get, I think, half, go 3-3, I think that's a success for these Padres. 8, we have the Cardinals. And I think if they win tonight, they win the division and get in the playoffs officially. But this team, they're going to make the playoffs unless they lose every single game from here on out and Brewers win out. Don't think that's going to happen. But the Cardinals are pretty much a lock for the playoffs. Goldschmidt has been great. Jordan Montgomery has looked excellent. And Pujols hitting 21 homers this year, obviously, is a huge milestone. And obviously, it was his 700th as well. So he did get there. Big congratulations to him as this Cardinals fan base looks to win another World Series title. And at 7, we got a big jump for the Cleveland Guardians. They clinched the playoff berth. They won the AL Central on Sunday. They're 18-3 in their last 21 games, currently on a 7-game winning streak as they're playing Tampa tonight. But the big concern for this team is home runs, but they're finding ways to win games, hitting singles, doubles, walks, getting on base, doing what they got to do. And they're very good at doing that. And this team, if they can keep that up, they could be a surprise in the postseason. 6, we got the Blue Jays. They hold that first wild card spot, 6.5 game lead on the O's. They win, I believe, 2 games. I think they're in if the Orioles lose 1. And I think that's going to happen more than likely. But, stranger things have happened. They could go on a 6-game losing streak here. O's could go on a 6-game winning streak. And then that last series next week could matter. Let's say that doesn't happen. I think the big story for them is Canada dropped the vaccination mandate. So athletes and visitors are welcome now. And that's, big for all the other teams coming into Toronto if they have home games. 5, we've got the Yankees, and they clinched the playoff berth, obviously. 11-2 in their last 13 on a 7-game winning streak. But, the big thing around this team right now is Aaron Judge. Can he get to 61 home runs? He could be doing it right now as we speak. I don't know. I don't have my phone right here. But they got division opponents left. And then in Toronto, I think will be a tough pitching matchup for him. But it is possible. We've seen Judge, hit 2 home runs in one game multiple times this year. And I think, he will get to 61 before I make this next video next week. Dropping a spot, we have the Braves going down to 4. They also are clinched in the playoffs, 31-13 their last, 46 games or 44 games it should be. But they're a game and a half back for the Mets in the NL East. They have 3 there at home this week. They sweep them. Boom, lead is flipped just like that. They got the lead going into it. We're going to have to see here what this Braves team can do. At 3, we have those Mets. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They have a playoff berth as well. They hold the lead, obviously, but they have 2 versus Miami. Obviously, they should win those 2. And then 3 in Atlanta, which will be pretty much the series that decides the NL East moving forward. 2, we have the Astros with the team over 100 wins. They're 12-3 in the last 15. Not too many people are talking about, the Astros this, Astros that. I mean, even the Dodgers, who were next on the list. The Astros are a very solid team, have 2 versus Arizona, should win those, and 3 versus Tampa, who really needs some wins. And I think this Astros team could eclipse 105 wins this year. And the Dodgers coming in at 1 yet again. They could eclipse 110 wins this week as well. 3 in San Diego, 3 versus Colorado. I think they win 4 of those games at least to get 110. This team has been dominant this whole year. I mean, losing streaks, I think it was 3 was their biggest this year. Winning streaks, I think, got up to 8 or 9. This Dodgers team is very good, and don't expect this team to get eliminated first round. But that's going to be it for the video today. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below to be entered into our giveaway. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.